A ton of people were hoping for and even expecting Team Charms to come to the Shanghai Major for the final major for CS2 for 2024, but obviously that did not happen, and this left a lot of people disappointed. It left a lot of people upset and a lot of people confused. You know, we just got Charms with the Armory. We have this whole new item class, whole new item set, and people were really looking for a way to spice up and make major items and the overall major experience interesting again, and it was a pretty big letdown when this didn't happen. But there is some new information that shows us why it does seem pretty likely at this point that we will be getting Team Charms at some point very, very soon, hopefully in 2025. So that's what I want to talk about in this video today. Today's video is sponsored by Skins Monkey, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. You can use code GERM to get up to $5 free bonus on your first trade. You can also use that same code GERM to get a 5% extra deposit bonus on top of the 30% deposit bonus that Skins Monkey is already offering. During the holiday season, you can also go on Skins Monkey and claim a free gift. Skins Monkey also has a Christmas calendar going on right now where you can come back daily and get even more free gifts. So there's really no reason to not go check out Skins Monkey with that first link in the description below today. So as TDM Jesus puts it, no Team Charms is a colossal fucking L, and he was obviously not the only one to share this sentiment. Like I said, this tweet has 3,500 likes, it got 100,000 views. This was something very, very common out there. Even people in the competitive CS2 scene themselves. This is Jason Lake. He's the founder and CEO of Complexity, obviously a team, competing in competitive Counter-Strike, and he says, gotta say, I was really hoping for Team Charms though. Feel like that's a big miss. Am I missing something here? And obviously, this is a guy who is directly affected by the items that Valve does create and how much they sell and how well they do. And obviously, this was a guy who thought that Team Charms would be good, not only for the game, not only for the ecosystem, but also for the major items in general, and also good for sales, because we have seen a lot of stagnation and a lot of drop off and a lot of fall off in the amount of things that are being sold. You know, stickers aren't selling as well as they once did in stuff like Paris when teams were able to make a ton of money. And we haven't really seen any unique or different interesting items since patch packs back in 2021 with Stockholm, and people are really getting bored. You know, it seems like capsules aren't selling as well, souvenir packages aren't selling as well, there's not as much hype and excitement around major items, and obviously teams and tournament organizers and Valve and players and everyone wants to find more and more ways to not only make money, but hopefully create a more sustainable kind of esports ecosystem. So I thought this was pretty interesting that he actually tweeted out publicly that he was looking for Team Charms and they did not get them. And obviously again, people seem pretty positively about this. I don't know, this was something people wanted and people were kind of expecting, but we did get this from a couple of different places. According to this, however you pronounce this, Valve indeed plan to release Team Charms for the Shanghai Major. Now, this guy's like a data miner, a leaker, whatever. He's like a YouTuber, content creator, kind of like a Gabe follower or something like that, or a Thor, or whatever. This is supported by the sticker textures where the 3D charm models are clearly outlined. For example, stickers from the previous tournament didn't have anything similar. The data miner took it a step further and visualized how these charms would look in-game, minus the oversized, perfect world Shanghai Major 2024 text, which looked absolutely garbage. It's likely the CS2 developers either didn't have enough time to implement the idea or scrapped it, or they might follow the better late than never principle and add them later alongside the winner's capsule and trophy. So obviously we didn't get that. We didn't get just charms for Spirit because they won or whatever, but this is very, very, very interesting, and this video does show at least a concept of what a lot of these charms could look like. Again, we had some 3D textures, some of these logos, they slapped the keychain or charm thing onto or whatever, and this is what some of them could have looked like. There is still some controversy. Now, I think that looks really sick. I think that does look really cool. And just like with the charms that we have in the Armory, how they're on like a spectrum from 0 to 100,000. There's a ton of stuff you could do with Team Charms, and I think would be really cool. You could have them go from their normal color to gold over a transitionary period from 0 to 100,000. You could also have them go from just plain to a hollow effect from 0 to 100,000. You could even maybe have different colors or whatever. I don't necessarily know. But obviously the big thing about charms that we saw in the Armory, one of the coolest things was that they go from 0 to 100,000 with all these different templates and all these different numbers, and I really hope that if we do get Team Charms, they would do something like that as well. But obviously we did not get these. But does it possibly show that Valve is maybe working on something like this? Again, I don't know for sure. We did see Osni tweet out something similar. He said Valve might have planned to release team keychains. According to the data miner, that guy, there are 3D textures of the team logos in the game files. He recreated what the keychains would look like based on these models. Osni then goes on to say also that according to the leaker, these are 3D textures of the stickers, left Shanghai, right Copenhagen. He speculates that Valve created these 3D textures to later use them on keychains as shown in the video. Keep in mind this isn't confirmed, but it does look pretty nice. And then there's this other person, again, I don't know who this person is. I don't know if they have necessarily inside knowledge or if they would know anything or whatever, but they are followed by Lily Q and FM Pone, so they might have some inside information. Apparently these are used for gold stickers as well. At the end of the day, take all leaks with a grain of salt, but these keychains would be sick. So this person says these are not 3D textures. They're normal maps that are used for foil stickers, not keychains. Interesting. Why would they be used like this if foils aren't a thing anymore? I'm just sharing what he said. If this is disproven, I'm happy to post about it. They also use them for gold stickers because they use those for artificial depth, but originally they were used for foils. So again, one person saying, hey, maybe this doesn't mean Team Charms, maybe this is something else they're being used, but also the data miner said that these things in the files didn't exist for Copenhagen and they did exist for Shanghai, so maybe it's something different. I don't know. Either way, regardless of this data miner or these leaks or whatever, I still think that Team Charms would make a ton of sense. I think, releasing new team items for new things that come out, like, we saw team patches with Stockholm. I do think we'll get Team Charms at some point in 2025. So again, is there some information out there that could be showing some leaks or whatever? I don't know. But also, since we are seeing that demand and kind of the asking by even team owners and founders and stuff like that, I do think Team Charms will be coming sooner rather than later. And overall, I think this will be a cool new change to major items in 2025. Now, I do hope and think that these will be a one-off item like we've seen with some other major items, and I think that would be for the best, because what I don't want to see is them do Team Charms multiple times, because again, Team Charms will likely look very, very similar from major to major, and we don't want to get in another borderless sticker situation where we get a cool new item, but then we just kind of overflood it and oversupply it. But overall, I do think Team Charms would be pretty sick. I think Charms have been a nice new addition to Counter-Strike in 2024, and I hope they continue to build off and span that in 2025. Now, I get there were some, legitimate criticism for why they didn't do it. And I thought what this guy said was pretty interesting. He said, why would they compete against their own product with Armory Charms? It's still a money printer, probably down the line once your Armory numbers become stagnant. I think that's a very, very real reason and a very good argument for why Valve would not have done Team Charms at Shanghai. Now, hey, also, Charms had just barely came out. Maybe they wanted more time. Maybe they wanted to work on it more. Maybe they were still constructing the idea. Maybe they decided that what they had as far as major items for Shanghai was good enough. But I do also think that this does make a ton of sense, that since the Armory Charms had just come out like a month or like less than 2 months before the Shanghai Major started, it wouldn't necessarily make sense to put out a ton of Charms right away. We don't have any Charms. You don't need to just put out a million Charms all at once. You need to let the Charms go. You still need to let them develop and see what happens. And what we've seen so far with I have the Charms pulled up here. This is the Charm diecast AK, down about 11% in the past month, but I wanted to look at the kind of overall graph for them, where they've been doing pretty well. I don't know why that graph looks like that. I think that was still the Cloud9 stuff. We have the diecast AK. This has down 3% in the past month. We have the semi-precious up 44% in the past month, which has been crazy. Hot Howl down about 6% in the past month. And we have the little monster. I don't know. I just pulled up some different Charms. That's pretty flat in the last month. But the ROI for Charms overall is still looking very, very strong, which in a weird way means that people aren't unboxing a ton of them. It's kind of a mid-tier thing right now. There are people people at one point were opening a ton of them. They were like this whole new thing. I feel like the hype and excitement has died down around Charms a little bit. And again, by the time the Austin Major comes around, it's like June, or it's like summer of 2025, I do believe, May, June, July, somewhere in there. I think at that point, the community and the economy and the CS2 ecosystem and everything will be a little bit more prepared and in a better spot for Team Charms to come out. So I would not be shocked and surprised at all if we do see Team Charms at some point for Austin, but also Valve could have more Charms coming in the Armory. Maybe they're going to rotate these out and bring us more, so maybe they won't bring Team Charms. Maybe it'll be for a later major. Maybe it'll be for, like, I think the next major is like Budapest or something like that. Maybe that's what they'll do. I don't know, but there are some people who are, again, hinting at the fact that Team Charms could be coming very, very soon. There's some people saying that they want Team Charms to come very, very soon, and like I said, major items and majors overall are in a really, really bad place right now, where Valve needs to make some changes, needs to make some adjustments. I hope in 2025 they'll make adjustments to stickers, make some adjustments to souvenir packages, and hopefully Team Charms will be coming soon as well, because I think it'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I would probably buy some. I don't know how good of an investment they would be or whatever. We'll have to wait and see. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.